Good day, my Lord, Most Reverend Dr. Matthew and Kukah. We are very pleased to have you today to discuss about some pressing issue that has been happening within the country. My Lord Bishop, we have some few questions to ask you. You are a Roman Catholic bishop known as a prominent voice of Nigerian socio-economic and political issues. You are also a peace advocate and a respected statesman. Priests are seen as people who should focus primarily on shepherding the flock within the confines of the church. But you have been seen as a priest who is highly political, but not a politician. Could you please put us through your incursion into political commentaries and continued voice on social political issues in the country? How do you get in, and why do you always speak on political issues?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you very much for having me, and I really appreciate the work you do, and I ask Almighty God to bless you. Well, the truth of the matter is that if you told me when I was starting out as a young priest how my life was going to be, or that it will take this very sophisticated path, I wouldn't have imagined so. So essentially, I'm first of all grateful to God that I have tried my best to cooperate with His grace, and we have ended up where I now find myself, to God's honor and glory. First of all, the mission Jesus gave us is to take the gospel to all the ends of the earth, with no geographical or any other state boundaries. So when you talk about our traditional understanding of what a priest was supposed to be, that traditional understanding has been overtaken by all kinds of developments, political, economic, social, and so on. So we respond to the dictates of the moment because we go where the gospel needs to be taken. And the gospel must be taken, and as St. Paul said, preach, welcome or unwelcome. And that means we really have no borders as far as the preaching of the gospel is concerned. You talk about incursions into political commentaries. Well, I've loved political science. I've always loved politics and society. I started writing very early, even when I was in the seminary. And I just found myself more or less drifting in this particular direction, in which I have found myself involved in what you call political commentary. But again, this is largely based on the realities around which we live. It's impossible to be a priest and ignore the sociology or the economics of the environment. So if you ask me, this is how I got into where I now find myself. But like I said, it's not something it's not a graph I plotted at all.